Hi, my name is Roshana Altenberg, and I'm a third-year transfer student at SFU Burnaby. Personally, I'm registered with the Center for Accessible Learning, or the CAL, to receive accommodations in a couple key areas. As such, and having taken courses in critical disability studies at my previous university, I'm very familiar and able to identify with the concept of accessibility. I'm going to be sharing my own anecdote about accessibility at SFU, but first I'd like to introduce this channel and the logic behind it. It's easy to feel disconnected from others when your needs aren't being met or you're struggling on your own to meet them, spending all your time and energy in just trying to get by. Conversations about access at the university level, including at SFU, are typically very siloed to students like myself who are absorbed under the CAL or a similar framework. While it makes sense to center those who may be marginalized in discussions of access, I believe we can bring a concept of universal design to deepen our understanding of community through accessibility. Through the optional provision of audiovisual equipment, I'm using my computer camera, as well as some amount of moderation and supervision, SFU helps facilitate this student-run channel which aims to engage and platform the voices of students in the accessibility factors which matter to them. Now for my own story. Early on into my experience on campus, I had just arrived after a very long commute on which I had built in over half an hour of buffer time to make sure I can still make it if something goes wrong or is delayed. I was trying to navigate to my class for the afternoon, but it was bright, loud, and the Google Maps route on my phone was running me in loops. Beginning to fear that I would be late for class, I reached a point of total overwhelm, already tired from my commute, on which all the noise, accidental touching, and the executive functioning involved can be exhausting for someone with my profile. I started to have both a hyperventilating panic attack and a sensory overload meltdown. Visibly distressed, at this point my top priority was just to get somewhere where no one could see me. A campus security guard noticed that I wasn't doing well and approached me asking if I was all right. Luckily, I was able to vocalize what was wrong, say that I was okay, and try to reassure her that it wasn't a big deal and I could manage on my own. Instead, she helped me find that class for that day, and I have taken that route, which is never obstructed by construction or campus activities, ever since. Some people might think of this as an embarrassing story, something you shouldn't really talk about because maybe it implies that you shouldn't be on campus at all if you can't handle it. But to me, this indicates something facilitated by the SFU community, including people we may not typically think of as members of our community, as well as a significant contribution of privilege on my part, about access functioning in a space. This happened before I was registered with the CAL, and could have occurred regardless if I had the diagnoses I do or not. For me, this characterized something about access as a non-centralized process. Though the commute was a contributing factor to what happened, it was not the be-all end-all of the difficulties I experienced, nor was anything directly related to it, or necessarily about connecting with other students at all, part of the solution. Though we have our own range of thoughts, opinions, and intersections with campus security, what I take away from this story is that accessibility can look like meeting a potential challenge or an access as it's actually occurring. Comment below if you found this story to be relatable, interesting, or humorous in any way, or if you have anything relevant that you would like to share. Then, if you're interested, go onto the community tab to look at the poll in relation to this week's video. See what we're curious about in terms of student experiences of accessibility, particularly wayfinding. Thank you for watching, and I hope you took something away from this video, even if it was just a laugh at my expense.